In part two, we created some tracks, gave them names, and started splitting our audio apart. Now I want to trim up some of this audio and work on the timing of the narration and then start assembling the music and other sound effects to go with it. So I consider this narration to be sort of like the spine. This is the pace and the timing backbone of the whole project. To see a little bit better of what I want to do here, I'm going to zoom in by clicking over here on the horizontal zoom, and I can see as I zoom in there's some space here. There's about 1 second worth of blank space that I could cut off at the beginning, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to click on my trim tool up here, and it's not giving me what I want, so there it is. Do that, and then I'll go back to my smart tool so that my tool changes based on where I hover. Selector, grabber, or if I do the end, it's trim. So I want to trim it off the beginning there, and that looks good. Let me scroll to the end of the clip. There's a bunch of stuff there, so I'll hover over the end. It gives me a trim tool, and I can just drag right about there. And so I'm right at, I can see where my cursor is up here in the timer. I'm at 1 minute and a third of a second. So I'm just a third of a second over a minute. Let me hear what it sounds like. So I'm going to scroll here.
Boston Globe.
Oops, I'm hearing the music down there, so I just want to hear the narration, so I hit solo.
In the Boston Globe.
Hear that B at the end? Globe.
In the Boston Globe.
I don't want to trim it so much that I lose that, so I'm going to keep it right about there. Now to see what I'm doing again, I'm going to zoom back out. I go to the horizontal ruler, zoom out button, and I'm going to trim a little bit of that music off. And to see what I'm doing, I need to zoom back in. I can trim a little bit more. That, and use the grabber tool. I'll bring that right up to the beginning. And let's take the solo off and hear the two of these together now. I'll go to the transport window, click on this button here, it takes me to the very beginning. Return to the 0.
She was all alone in the house as she walked past the living.
That's pretty good. I could see maybe if I wanted to start the music a fraction of a second before the speech, but it actually sounds good just starting it right at the same time. So I happen to know with this project, the music, once you start it together, the timing of the music works throughout the rest of the ad, so I don't have to listen too much to that. Except when I get to the end here.
Your home, Sunday, October 1st, only in the Boston Globe.
Okay, so the music, there's a little jump there. I need to cut all that off. So what I'll do is I will click right here and I'll hit separate. So remember, separate at selection. I can go up to edit, separate at clip, at selection, Command-E, or I can just click right here, hold on Command, press E, and I've separated the clip. And then I'm going to drag it like this because I don't want the music to go any past. This is the timing, like we just timed this out, and it's 1/3 of a second over 60 seconds. It's like 16 or 30 seconds. So that's the end of my production. I don't want the music to go past that. I will just cut it off here, and then I can fade it out.
The Boston Globe.
By hovering over the top when I'm in the Smart tool, I can just go like that, and it fades it out. Now let's listen.
Your home, Sunday, October 1st, only in the Boston Globe.
That sounds nice. I like the way the B stands out. Globe. Music ends just right before he says the B. So I'm going to hit Command S to save and zoom back out. Okay, now I can see I have other sound effects, and what I can do is listen here. There's thunder. So why don't I go down to the track down here where it says track 3, audio 3. I'm going to double click and I'll say thunder. That. If I want to make it a little bit bigger, I can. I'll click on the ruler, go to medium size, and I'll zoom in. Okay, so right there, I want that, so I will hit Command-E to separate the clip, grab our tool, and bring down thunder. And the question is, where do I want that thunder to go? I can trim up the beginning of it a little bit. That's just silence, so it really doesn't matter. So I have thunder here. And I need to know where that goes. So that's the next video. How do I position these things? Let me hit save, and I'll get back to you.